Hey everybody, Randy with Rashley's Barbecue, and today we're going to be doing a couple of pork butts on the Traeger. We're not going to pull these, we're going to slice them, so we're only going to take them at about 160, 170 degrees internal temperature. We're going to run the grill at about 225 or whatever it settles in at. Let me get the pork butts ready and we'll be right back. These are boneless pork butts. When you take the bone out, it kind of makes them a little flimsy. Things flopping around. So we're going to take some butcher's twine and go ahead and just tie them up a little bit. We're not going to try to tie them tight, just enough to help them keep their shape. That's good enough, just enough to help hold it all together, hold all the loose pieces in. We got it set on 180, but it usually settles in a little higher than the set temperature on the dial. We'll let it kind of settle in, see where it ends up here for about 4 or 5 minutes. Then we'll go ahead and get those 2 pork butts on there. We're going to try to run it between 200 and 220. Just depends on where it wants to be. All right, it's running about 237 right now, but with that cold meat on, who knows where it'll settle in. Let's give it a try. I'm going to be running my iGrill, and let's get a probe into each one of them. We've got the iGrill plugged in and we have it scanning the 3 probes. So we'll just leave it alone for a while and come out here in about 30 minutes and see where it's settling in at. We're going to be seasoning up with Chupacabra, the regular blend. I've got a bunch of it, so I want to use it up. Let's go ahead and get some Chupacabra on those things and throw them in the grill. That's got that side. I'll flip it over, get the other side. We'll get it back on the grill over there, and we'll be ready to go. If you're a real eagle-eyed viewer, you'll notice that when I first put them in, they didn't have any seasoning on them. That's why we had to pull them off, season them, throw them back on. But we're good to go now. Let's let them do their thing for a few hours, and we'll come check on them. Wanted to compare what difference it would make wrapping and unwrapped. So I wrapped one of the butts at about 145 degrees. And now that one is up to 170. The unwrapped butt is at 155, so it really accelerated the cook. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the wrapped butt off. We'll bring the unwrapped butt up another 5 degrees, and then we'll pull it off. Small change of plans. I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap that other butt. Go ahead and get it finished off. We'll let that go ahead and finish up. We'll pull it, and then we'll let them rest, and tomorrow morning we'll slice them. Hey everybody, pork roast is done, or the pork butts are done. We wrapped them at about 150. We wrapped the second one, the first one at 140, second one at 150. We let them come up. We pulled one at about 160, 165, the second one at 170. I apologize, I didn't get a picture of the slicing itself. After we pulled them off the grill, we let them rest for probably 8 hours. The next morning I took them, sliced them, bagged them up into individual baggies of about 6 or 7 pieces in each bag, which is enough for me and my wife for a meal, or a little more than we actually may need. And then we froze them. I left one out thawed so that I could make a sandwich with it so we could taste that pork butt. I've got it over here on the cabinet. Let's get it made and get a taste test. So there's a piece from the outside, got a nice bark to it. Got a bit of a smoke ring. Nice and juicy. Get a sandwich made and get a taste of this thing. Little mayonnaise. Another idea, if you wanted to have a chipotle mayo, don't have any that you bought from the store, just if you got some chipotle peppers in a can, take about a tablespoon and 2 tablespoons of the mayo and a tablespoon of the chipotle juices, or you could put a chipotle pepper with the juice in a blender, blend it, and then put about a tablespoon of that, mix it up with your 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, and you have a chipotle mayo. But we're just going to go for the flavor of the pork today. Get the fat off the outside. Trying to cut back on the fat and everything and make a little lifestyle change, but got to taste at least one sandwich of the pork butt here. I gave most of that to my dad. My mom and dad are going to enjoy that. There we go. That looks good. There we go. That looks good. Let's give it a taste test. You can see the smoke ring. It's juicy still. Been in the refrigerator for several days. Nice bark on the outside. That is so good. So if you're looking for an alternate to beef, but you still want the smoke flavor, you want the smoke ring, you don't want cured ham, try picking you up a pork butt. Bring it home, put it on the smoker, 225 to 250 until you reach about 160 internal temperature. If you want to wrap it, you can wrap it at 140, because once it reaches 140, any smoke ring you're going to get is already set. Then after it rests and cools, it'll slice better once it cools. Slice it and either serve it on the plate with some sides or make a sandwich. But oh man, they're both good. I don't know if I like the sandwich or just a plain sliced pork better. We hope y'all enjoyed this video of how to have an alternative to cured pork, cured ham. It's absolutely delicious. That Chupacabra rub is just fantastic with pork. We thank y'all for joining us here on Rashley's Border Q. We ask that if you enjoyed this video, you'll share it with your friends. You'll subscribe, click the like button if you will. And we hope to see y'all again later on down the road on Rashley's Border Q. Adios.